So my name is Arica Crootof. I am a second-year Ph.D. student in the School of Geography and Development. And I just wanted to begin by saying what an honor it is to be here. Being able to work with and learn from this amazing group of people has been really wonderful, and I'm just really thankful for that opportunity. So thank you all. For my research, I study the impacts of hydropower on mountain communities in the Himalayas. So I work specifically in northern India. And I find hydropower really fascinating because the debate surrounding hydropower, if it's good or if it's bad, is really complex. And offers really interesting questions regarding climate change as well as development. So hydropower is a clean, renewable energy source. And it can also create jobs and offer much needed electricity in these rural regions. But on the other hand, where I'm working in India and across much of the Himalayas, the way it's being done is having significant human and environmental impacts. And because of these impacts, a lot of the people in these river basins are upset and it's escalating conflict. So I study small hydropower, and it's very different than the large hydropower dams and reservoirs that we have here in the Southwest. These small projects, because they're only small rivers in the mountains, divert water off the main channel, use that water to generate electricity, and then it returns to the channel further downstream. So where you once had this long, free-flowing river, you now have this stretch, this 3-mile, the specific case that I'm looking at is this 3-mile stretch of river that has little or no water in it. And so although it's a small project, the impacts on this region, this small region, are really significant. And so last summer I traveled to India, and before I was going, I was reading all the papers and getting all excited and doing all my homework. It was my first trip to India. And I got there, and we go into these villages, and we talk with the farmers there, and we listen to their stories about how these water diversions have affected their ability to grow food, to provide food for their families, but also to help support their families. And also how the groundwater springs throughout the region, a lot of them have dried up with these water diversions, and those groundwater springs is where they get their drinking water, because the ground naturally purifies the water. And so these major impacts there, and hearing that story, that's the story that I'm really interested in telling. And that's where the Carson Scholar program is really instrumental in helping me tell that story. And so this summer I'm returning, and I'm going to be going back and collecting more of this data, trying to document these impacts, understand the extent and magnitude. But also, the team I'm working with, we're also working with policymakers. So our ultimate goal is to change the regulatory system and make sure that these farmers are compensated for these impacts. And so that we can really have this clean, sustainable, clean and renewable energy that's also sustainable